Welcome back to the next part of the tutorial series. Here I'm going to be explaining remote events and server client-side relationships. So starting off, sort of for the server client-side thing, think of the client as like each individual player and the server as the actual game controlling everyone. So a server action every single player sees, but a client action only that player sees. So something like start a GUI, like a UI on your screen, only the player with that GUI would see that. But then a server side, everyone sees it. So if there's a server side script, everyone gets that same script and sees that. So I'm going to start off here by showing you starter player. These are the scripts that start in the player, and you use local scripts for in this area. Local scripts are on the client. And here I'm going to be spawning a part. So you can see here it's creating an instance of a part. Instancing is a way to create something. You can create a part, you can create an explosion, you can create anything. But here I'm going to be creating a part. The part's parent, it's going to be the workspace, so it's visible. And the part dot size is going to equal vector 3 dot new 10 10 10. Which, if you remember, vector 3 dot new is just how we create a size. And so I'm actually going to add that it's positioned right above the player and that it's also anchored, so it actually spawns in. You can see upon joining the part is right above me there. However, this button up here, which switches from client to server, you can see on the server the part is not there. So to any other player who does not have this script, this part is not visible. So let's lower this. Let's make it like over here. And so what this is going to do now is it's going to be spawning the part 10 studs away and 1 stud up. So you can see I can still interact with this and like touch it, but then if you look on the server, it just looks like I'm floating. However, let's say I take that same script and I put it into server script service. You can see now I'm going to have the same script put in server script service. Now it's here I can stand on it still like before. However, on the server, on the actual game, it's here for everyone now, not just me. Now we're going to be talking about remote events. Remote events are, you can kind of think of it as bringing information from the client to the server or the server to the client. So, like input, which is client sided for each player, a player can click something, which is on the client, and then the remote event can send that to the server, and the server can do something with the input. This is very, very important for almost every game with abilities. So here I'm going to be adding a folder in replicated storage called remotes, just for cleanliness, a remote event. And so usually remote events go in replicated storage. It's kind of just standard. Now in starter player script, I'm going to make a local script. Say local remote is equal to game dot replicated storage dot remotes to get the folder. And then I'll do remotes dot remote event fire server. Now above this, I'm going to get local players is equal to game get service players to get the player service. And then from the player service, I can do local player equal to players.local player. Now, only on the client side, you're able to get the local player, which is why this is so important. And so now we're going to be able to send the player over to the server with this here. So now we're going to make a server script and do local remote game dot replicated storage, and then remote dot remote dot remote event dot on server event connect function player. Now what this does is it gets the actual player, which is what's in the brackets. The brackets is a variable. You can send any information over, it doesn't have to be the player. Anything in the brackets you can send over. And whenever the server has an event, so over here this fires the event, and then when it gets the event it takes this information and gives it here. So now using player, which is what we got there, we can do player.character, so the actual character of the player, and then we can just do .humanoid .health going to be equal to 0. So now what this script will do is when we join the game, it's going to wait 5 seconds, and then it's going to kill the player by sending the remote over. And as you can see, I'm just walking around, and in 5 seconds, I die. Thanks for watching the tutorial on remote events.